You want to know what is so disheartening? My mom had 4 children. I'm the youngest. Okay. There's 10 years between me and my next oldest sister. Each of them had trust funds. 2 of them, actually. Each child got 2. I didn't. I didn't even get one. Yeah. Yeah. I grew up with my mom, a raging alcoholic who mentally abused me and abandoned me twice. I can remember her telling me, "You'll never amount to anything." When I was a kid, when I was just a kid, I can remember taking a steak knife, like a serrated steak knife, and going in her clothes closet and trying to slice my wrists. That was before 6th grade. I don't even know. Third, fourth, fifth grade, I don't remember. No one cared. No one did anything. In my young adult life, I would go out and, my husband, because I got married at a very young age, we would go drink, to get drunk and party, whatever the fuck. But we never had beer or anything like that in the refrigerator or bottles of booze that we, drank every night. I still don't like drinking. My mom killed herself when I was 21. Married for 20 years, got divorced. Tried to drown that out with pills. Got hooked on pills. Tried to drown it out with pills. Tried to. Lost my daughter to a car accident. She was 17. Basically was written out of her life by my ex's family. And for the last 10 years, I've been taking care of my dad. And they've effectively written me out of his life as well. And yeah, I get it. I'm the common denominator. I get it. But I don't know. I don't see. What am I. What am. Why are people so backwards? My father's last wishes. He never wanted to leave home. He wanted to die at his house. He didn't want to die in a nursing home. He told me people go to a nursing home that have nowhere else to go. I don't want to die there. My nephew put him there anyway. And I was the pretty much sole caretaker of him. And my nephew had the audacity to speak down to me. The care he needs. Okay, do you know how many times I've asked my nephew to get home health care to help me out, and he never did? Multiple times. I tell him, hey, I've been doing this for free for 10 years. I need to get paid. Shit is getting expensive and I can't do it anymore. And it was then that he decided to put my dad in a nursing home. Gave us 24 hours notice. And then when he took him down there, he brought no pictures of me. They put up pictures of my sister's family, who visit. My sister would visit him once a year, and the two grandsons, or my two nephews. Shit, he'd be lucky if they'd visit once every 3, 4, 5 months. I've been with him every day for 10 years. I know what he likes, what he didn't like. I took great pains to not touch or take any of my father's things, lest I get blamed on stealing. Now, mind you, my sister stole my dad's class ring. Yeah, sure did. But no one will believe that. Okay, whatever. My nephew has his helper monkey going through my dad's basement. This is a complete stranger going through my dad's basement, throwing everything away. I mean, literally everything away. Everything away. Except for the trash. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's my opinion. You don't do that until somebody's dead. And then you make sure that you have, all of the children there that may or may not have a sentimental attachment to something. No, no, no. So my dad's in the nursing home. My nephew is going to get a dumpster and throw every last thing in the house away. Everything. He's tossing everything. Just throwing it all away. My dad's still alive, mind you. My father is still alive. I don't think a power of attorney can do that. But whatever. And here's the deal. My dad has enough savings or CDs or whatever you want to call them. I don't even know. He's got enough that if his care costs $10,000 a month, he could cover it for 4.5 years. Well, the thing is, they're in my father and my nephew's name. Okay. And he's denying he has them. Yeah. Gonna sell the house. Yep. Yeah. Which, whatever. My whole point, my dad wanted to die at home. Yeah, you're right. I want care for him. It was getting way too much. That's great. But he could have got home health care. He could have. And could have made my dad happy. But you know what? He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. Not at all. It is so unreal to me right now that, he's paying like $9,700 a month for a nursing home. He could pay that and for home health care. I don't see why he won't keep him at home. There's no reason not to. My nephew, who is almost an attorney, but isn't, should have, months ago, transferred the titles of the house and the farm over to a trust in family names because there would be no penalties. But he didn't do that. You see, when his father died, he was the only heir. And he was over 40 years old, or at 40, I'm not sure. And, I mean, as a 40-year-old, he owned nothing. Nothing. But when his father passed, he inherited 2 houses, a shop, numerous other properties, a brand new truck, a Mercedes-Benz, a motorcycle, a Goldwing motorcycle. Yeah, he inherited all this stuff. And all the tools and everything. Oh, and a church. I forgot. Yeah, he owns that church now. Yep, and a big old church. Yep. Yep. I just think it's bullshit He's got the money to cover the costs of home health care. 24-hour nursing home health care. He's 92 years old. It pisses me off so much. It does. And I mean, he's a, oh, Jesus. I never thought this would happen, you know? My dad doesn't have a will. My nephew's the power of attorney. And he actually had the audacity to ask me, I don't know, a month or so ago, do you want money or the house? My dad doesn't have a will. So why does he, as POA, get to disseminate who gets what? I think he's overstepping his bounds just a bit. Of course, he told me, no, you don't want to get a lawyer. Lawyers around here, they'll just nickel and dime you. Of course, he doesn't want me to get a lawyer because they would know what he is doing is illegal, I believe. My dad's not even dead. You're gonna just... It shouldn't surprise me. Because he's not even granting his last wish, you know? He's not even granting his last wish. I've prayed on this, and I've prayed. And I pray, and I ask God, Lord, take this, I don't even know what it is, because it makes me so angry. Because that's my dad. I've taken care of him. Which, okay, yeah, I know, you know what, I'm not even arguing about the nursing home, even though he wanted to stay home and he could afford it. Okay, he needs that care. I get it. But you don't... You don't just start throwing a man's stuff away when he's still alive, for fuck's sake. People are so cold. You know, and I mean, 2-3 months ago, he gave away my dad. Number one, my nephew. I went to look for something in one of the back bedrooms one day, and I noticed that he had taken the shotgun that was sitting there, and he had taken the other shotgun, and he'd taken all the guns out of the house and the garage. Okay. I didn't know he had taken them. I thought somebody had stole. I didn't know. My father said, well, yeah, he took the guns. He was worried that you, talking about me, might shoot me. Yeah. Then, months later, when I don't even know how the subject came up with my nephew, but he was like, oh, no, I took those guns because Grandpa had him out with the shotgun shells, and, he was going to shoot those people that come in. Oh, okay. My dad could hardly stand. He couldn't get up. He'd get a very heavy box of shotgun shells off of a shelf. Let alone walk to the garage and get the rifle. Are you kidding me? My nephew is a liar as well. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, he's a liar. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. Here's a matter of fact. He told me, when he asked me if I wanted the money or the house, so I told him, I was like, well, give the house to my son. I don't want anything, and I don't want anything. Give my house to my son. Shit. And I said, there's not a will anyway. So when he dies, all of his things are going to, the state will get them, and they will sell them, and then it will split between me and my sister, because we're his children. To which he replied, oh, no. I got a video will. Yeah, I got a video will. Which I don't even know if he does now, because my other nephew's like, no, he doesn't. So, yeah, so he's lying to me again, telling me, oh, yeah, I got a video wheel, so that he can, and it's ridiculous. So I have been praying because it angers me, because I know I don't want anything. I don't even want to be part of that crap. You know? But I get angry every once in a while when I start thinking about it. I'm like, goddamn, really? Really? You people couldn't care less about him. You never came by. You never visited him. I took care of him. I visited him. I would take him out for the gator ride. We'd go driving around on the country roads. I took him out of the house. My nephew went to take him to go get his shot last year, whatever the hell, and it was snowy on the ground. I said, well, you're going to have to pull up to the porch because he cannot walk through the snow. He walks with a walker. My nephew cannot drive in the snow, so he parked at the top of the driveway and made my father walk and get in his truck. Yeah. Oh my God, people are so messed up. And I'm not perfect. Trust me, I am not perfect. But I wouldn't do something like that. Jesus. I don't even know what I started this video for. I've been so upset. And I've been praying, Lord, just take those feelings away. I don't want those feelings. Because money doesn't mean anything. I've never had money. And the people that I know that have had money, they're usually dicks. A case in point, this afternoon, I was opening my father's cupboards, and I'm like, you guys, don't throw all this food away. Bag it up and take it to the food pantry. Don't throw it in the trash. Why would you do that? Don't throw this furniture in the trash. Take it to the Goodwill. Give it away. Set it out by the highway. Somebody may need that. Why would you throw it away? Just to spite me, for fuck's sake. But my nephew that's got power of attorney, he's been given everything his whole life. He has. And yeah, you know what? I'm probably a little bit jealous because, bam, he goes from having nothing to having all this, stuff, inheriting it, which. And then I have to hear him bitch about God, paying taxes is horrible. You know what, asshole? Try paying a mortgage and insurance on top of that. And taxes. You got all this property in these houses free and clear. You never had to pay a $600 mortgage payment. So, yeah, really. I just did not think that they would be so fucking douchebags. Honest to God. And then today, my nephew that was out there with me, the nicer one, I have a pickup truck. It's rear wheel drive. It drives like shit in the snow. When it was going to snow, my dad had like 2 or 3 tractor weights sitting to the west of his garage. They have been sitting there for 30 years, probably more. I used to come along, and I thought I need weight in my truck, and I was only able to get one of them up there because they're really heavy. So I had to come along on the back of my truck with the tractor weight, which apparently was a no-no because my nephew, who is a mechanic, who has come-alongs, I'm sure, made it a point. Where's that come-along in the back of your truck? What were you using it for? And I'm like, well, I'm a girl and I needed some weight in my truck, so I got the tractor weight back there that's been laying there that you guys didn't even know was there and put it in my truck for. Well, most people get sandbags. This was here and available. What is the big deal? Well, those are worth $600. I had no fucking idea. It was a hunk of goddamn metal. But now that I've been fucking thinking about it, they owe me $1,200. Of course, my nephew, the dick one, never saw fit to. Well, I didn't do $400 worth of work a week with changing my dad's diapers, bathing him, feeding him 3 times a day. That was not worth $400 a week. Apparently, yeah. It was when my sister went out there once a week and didn't even feed him, didn't change diapers or anything. But whatever, I digress. Now that I think about it, mail me $1,200. If I've got one of those in the back of my truck, I ought to go get the other one. There's a $1,200 thing right there. Yep, because I'm never going to see that money. My nephew, the douchebag, doesn't think that what I did out there was worth $400 a week. He doesn't. Now, that boy has never changed my dad's diaper. He actually let him sit in a wet diaper for like 3 hours because he wasn't going to change him. He never bathed him or shaved him or clipped his nails or did anything like that. I did. But it wasn't, worth $400 a week, apparently. Of course, my nephew was just fine with it when I was buying the groceries. This whole time I've been doing this for my dad, I don't work. He had no problem with me spending my money doing that. Yeah. Yeah, but he wouldn't spend his. I mean, my dad had like one of those little dorm refrigerators in his kitchen for years. And, yes, he should have while he was with it gotten it. He didn't. I don't even know why. It broke down finally. It broke down. Okay, you have to keep food cold. My nephew took, 3 or 4 weeks to get my dad a refrigerator. And it happened to be one that his dad had from doing a job or whatever. They didn't even, it was in the garage. It was sitting in the garage. He wasn't even using it. He didn't pay for it, but yeah, he charged my dad for it. And it wasn't clean. It's stuff like that, I know normal people don't do these kind of things. And I don't know why he did. My dad has well water, okay? As when I'm out there cooking and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, you could see the sand in the water. Yeah, you could. Spin it. Okay. I'm like, and his pressure tank was so rusted. It was the original one he had in there. It was so rusted on the outside. No one wanted to do anything. I am as serious as a heart attack when I say there was sand. You could get a glass of water and you could see the sand floating. And if you left it sit there for a minute, you could probably get a good teaspoonful of it out of the bottom of the glass. And I'm supposed to bathe my dad in that, do his laundry in that, cook with that, drink that. None of those kids had a problem with that. None of them. The asshole nephew brought in one of those little sink filters. Well, it broke it within the first 10 minutes. I'm like, you guys, there's sand in the pressure tank. There's sand in the pressure tank. I bitched for 9 months. They were fine with that. My other nephew purchased a pressure tank and dropped it off there. It sat there in the basement for 4 months. Nobody did anything. Now, one of my nephews is like a farmer and a mechanic, and the other one is a very shoddy contractor. Wouldn't hire him to build a doghouse, but anyway. So they know, I'm assuming, basically how to do that. Neither one of them did it. I did it. I didn't know what I was doing. I put it by the clean out, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, I did it. I hooked it up. I didn't know what I was doing. I had to use all old pipes and stuff. Whatever. It worked. I got it to work. Took the old pressure tank outside, and it was from top to bottom full of sand. Fine, fine sand. But there's nothing wrong with it. Oh my God. They were fine with that. You know what I'm saying? It's so wrong. And like I said, he's got a well system, right? Okay. So down by the garden is a pump, water pump, and that's where the well room or whatever you want to call it is. And like last January, February, I could hear it kicking on and not shutting off. And I said something because it was running constantly. It was running. Nobody did anything. And personally, I'm not crawling down there because there's spiders. But anyway, it was constantly running. This well pump constantly running. And I'm like, I don't think that's really good. But whatever. Nobody listened to me. 7 months. 7 months it took. Yep. I can't fucking believe it. I can't. I went and bought the part. I did a bunch of Google research and figured out which part it was or whatever the hell. I went and bought the part. I was like, dude, here's the part. Go fix this shit. They were fine with my dad, their grandpa, drinking, bathing, cleaning with sandy water. Fine with the raw sewage coming up through the pipes in the basement. Weren't going to clean it themselves. No, no, no. I just, and all of those things, it just makes me feel like, you guys. But it shouldn't surprise me that, no home care because, whatever. God damn it. I don't know. It pisses me off. I probably sound like a fucking crazy loon. But God, just get these feelings of anger and resentment away from me because I don't want them. Jesus cannot come soon enough. If you listen this whole way, thanks, dude.